Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Part of your examination under strategic planning is the performance governance system of the Philippine National Police. Thus, we have to study this for your midterms exam. It was discussed before in passing. I just hope you can still recall our discussion previously. Okay, so once again, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Our discussion for today is the PNP Patrol Plan 2030, to which PNP stands for Philippine National Police, Patrol stands for Peace and Order Agenda for Transformation and Upholding the Rule of Law, Plan 2030. Okay, so let's proceed. So we have to refresh what I have discussed to you previous meeting ago. So how do we respond to governance challenge? Because we know for a fact that there are lots of challenges, diba? Whenever there comes or there exists a trouble, we have to overcome those, right? So how do we call those problems, those troubles, those negativities? We call it challenges, di ba? Para mas kaaya-aya naman pakinggan. Call it challenges. Those are just challenges we have to overcome. But it should never be a bar, okay? It should never be a for us, bar towards the attainment of our goal. Yeah. So it should never be a bar or a wall or a hindrance. So the PNP before had these negative perceptions. Ano sabi niya? Endemic corruption. So, napaka-endemic ng corruption. Low level of training. So, the PNP before had low level of training. So, marami ang investigador na hindi na, nag-imbestiga na hindi naman na investigador, hindi nag-undergo ng investigation training. Alam niyo naman ang mangyayari, di ba? Pagka ang tao hindi trained sa investigation, magka-file ng kaso. So mostly it would lead to the dismissal of the case, the acquittal of the accused. Yan. Massive human rights violation or abuses. Pati rin yung mga private security agencies before, nung newly established yung mga guards, di ba? Marami ring human rights abuses din ang guards noon. Maraming mga nakakasuhan ng physical injuries, even murder, homicide. Same is true with the PNP. Marami rin human rights abuses. That was before. So there was a low crime conviction. Siyempre, kung untrained ang investigator, automatic, bababa rin ang ating conviction. When you say conviction, the conviction of the accused. You weren't able to prove beyond reasonable doubt the guilt of the accused during trial. Some of the problem or the challenges also includes poor IT capability. So most of our police officers then doesn't even know how to use computer to encode, to make use of the internet, di ba? Yung mga naging problema noon. And we know for a fact that one problem in relation to IT capability is criminology. Sabi nga, di ba? Criminology is dynamic. Same is true with the police. The police should also be dynamic. So they should be adaptive to changes. Hindi naman pwede na mapag-iiwanan ang police o ang criminology na mas magaling na ang mga kriminal. Yung mga kriminal gumagamit na ng high-tech means of committing crime. Tapos yung mga criminologist, yung mga police, gumagamit ng makaluma, mano-manong pamamaraan. Hindi para pagka ganun, parati ng panalo ang mga kriminal, hindi ba? So thus we have to advance with time. We have to be dynamic as well. Next is the low fill up of equipment. So there had been lots of equipment needed in police operations, needed in the police office, kulang ng mobile, syempre may nangyaring krimen, kulang ang mobile, walang magtra-transport, walang radio, walang signal, walang communication, di ba? May mga ibang pulis, walang personally issued na baril. Yun. So those were the problems or the challenges encountered by the PNP before. So there also had been an organizational dysfunctions and sometimes personality-based sometimes. Sometimes kasi hanggang ngayon meron pa rin. So personality-based yung mga programs. Means to say, kung sino yung chief PNP, kada chief PNP may bago siyang programang ipinapalabas that or to which the PNP, the entire organization, should abide with. Kaya after, pag napalitan ng chief PNP, panibagong programa ulit. So walang continuity. Okay? So walang continuity. So yun yung mga naging problema noon. Thereby resulting to the citizens uh, depreciated trust and confidence. So, bumaba yung trust and confidence ng citizen sa PNP because of those incidents. Now, the PNP now adopted the PGS, the Performance Governance System, in relation to the challenges we have discussed a while back. So, para makaangat ang PNP, para matalo natin, maka-move forward tayo from the challenges, the PNP adopted PGS. So, I'll be discussing it in Toro para mabilisan tayo. Kasi yung history nito medyo malayo pa. Hindi siya kaagad tumalon sa PGS. Mayroon pa siyang mga ITP, di ba? Bago naging PGS. Pero let's not discuss it anymore. What we have to discuss is yung mga current lang. So, what is PGS? PGS or the Performance Governance System is designed to raise the standards of governance. Okay? So to improve the quality of life. Sabi nga ng ating Philippine Constitution, the government should improve the quality of life. So thereby, the PNP should also raise the standard of its governance to improve the quality of life. So, it should address corruption. So, yan yung number one problem, negativity. We have discussed earlier. To maintain political and economic stability. To uphold the rule of law. So, dapat ipagpatupad natin yung batas. Dapat walang ma-violate. Walang human rights violation. Walang abuses of authority. So, PGS is a participatory process. So, when we say participatory process, all of the members therein should participate, should cooperate. Yan. In line with the principles and best practices of good governance and responsible citizenship. So, when we say best practices, these are practices that greatly contributes to the success of an objective of the PNP. And to select best practice, ladies and gentlemen, it has lots of criteria. So, number one criteria niyan is it must be out of the box. Kumbaga, naiiba, bagong solusyon sa problema. So, that's one. Okay? So, kung may problema ang PNP na medyo mahirap lutasin, tapos merong nag-propose, ito yung ginagawa namin kung paano namin sinusolve yung problema na yan. Tapos, out of the box, bago natin siyang ma-encounter, so malamang pasok siya. Diba? Aside from that, it must be cost beneficial. Kumbaga, minimal yung gagasusin natin sa pag-implement ng best practice na yan, but the effect is greater cost. Kumbaga, di ba? So, mas malaki yung resulta niya, mas mahal yung resulta niya compared sa gagasusin natin for the conduct of such operation. Yan, yung sinasabi natin cost beneficial. And yan. Aside from that, it should address a challenge being faced by the PNP. So kung may problema na na-encounter PNP, at least nasusolusyonan dapat niya. And next to that is, ito yung pinakamahirap, sustainability. When you say sustainability, hindi lang siya dapat nagawa isang minsanan, okay na. Dapat regularly, nami-maintain natin yung kanyang operational cost. Kumbaga, nami-maintain natin siya regularly. Kung daily, di daily. Kung weekly, di weekly. Monthly, quarterly, annually, so be it. Dapat it must be sustained. So, nangangailangan ba ng malaking pondo? Siyempre, pag nangangailangan ng malaking pondo, mostly doon ang mahirap, yun ang mga mahirap i-sustain, di ba? So, yeah. PGS calls for an effective, sustained, and systematic contribution from individuals and institutions for the common good of the institution and community as well as the long-term development of the Philippines. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, sabi ko kanina, kada bagong Chief PNP, may bago siyang programa, di ba? So, nagiging parang intermediate plan yung mga pinupose ng Chief PNP. Now, nasabi ko noon, I made mention before that we have this PGS. This PGS, ladies and gentlemen, is a long-range planning. Yan, okay? So, it's a long-range. It is a strategic tool. Kumbaga, na kahit na mabago yung Chief PNP, andyan pa rin yan. Diba? Andyan pa rin yan sa PNP. So, it is a long-range or strategic plan towards transformation of the Philippine National Police. Okay? So, transformation. Bakit transformation, sir? So, nakita nyo naman previously, di ba, itong slide ago, maraming problema ang PNP a decade ago or decades ago. Pero ngayon, with the adoption of the PGS, unti-unti nang naayos. Diba? Nasusolusyonan yung mga challenges. So, let's proceed. So, the word performance from the letter P means delivering of actual result that show real progress in pursuit of a roadmap. So, ano bang meron dito sa roadmap? So, andyan tayo, di ba? Yung sa roadmap kasi, ladies and gentlemen, dapat parang mapa lang din. Ito yung mga state natin, current state natin. Tapos, doon sa taas yung vision natin. Ito yung yung ambition natin. Ito yung gusto natin maging. Maging mga 10 years, 20 years, 5 years from now. So, yun. Now, part of our roadmap is to face challenges, di ba? So, isasama rin natin siya along the way from our current state to the attainment of our vision or ambition. So, isasama rin natin yon. Ngayon, lalagyan natin ng kada challenges, tapos mag-isip rin tayo ng solusyon per challenges. Just like you, ladies and gentlemen, you took up the course Criminology. Bakit kaya kayo nag-take up ng Criminology? Malamang dahil gusto niyo maging police later on, di ba? Eh, nalaman niyo na, nasabi ko na sa inyo na mahirapan na ang pagpasok sa PNP ngayon. Mostly, halos lahat ng nag-a-apply board passers. So, for you to have an edge against your co-applicant, at least man lang, your average, para ma-prioritize kayo, must be at least 80%, di ba? So, parang ganun din. Now, with that, you should have a strategy, you should devise a strategy for you to attain at least minimum of 80. Bakit? 75 ang passing rate ng board exam. We know that. But in relation to your application, nabibigyan ng priority yung 5% above passing rate. So, ano yung passing rate? 75. Ano yung plus 5 niya? 80. Ayan. So, at least 80. So, performance shows or delivers result. Okay? So, when you say performance, it delivers result. Nakikita natin yung result. So, kung walang result, means to say, walang performance. Performance also measures progress. So, binibilang natin yung performance natin. Ilan ba ang nakuha mong quiz ngayon? Ilan ba yung nakuha mo sa over 10 na quiz ngayon, di ba? So, nami-measure. Pagka 4 over 10, ay medyo kulang ka ng isa, hindi ka pumasa, di ba? Ang passing is 5/10 dapat. Pero kung 75, zero base tayo, kung in every quiz of 10 items, dapat nakakascore ka ng 7.5 in every 10 items. So, ganun. Depende sa grading system. Meeting targets. So, when you say targets, ilan ba ang target nyo? Per quiz, dapat makakuha kayo ng 75%. So, yun ang target, di ba? So, kung 100 items yun, dapat na nakakuha ka ng 75 items na correct. Yan yung meeting targets. Just like in the PNP, ang target nila sa investigation is to solve, let's say for example, to solve at least 90% of cases per month. Kung nakasampung kaso sila sa isang buwan, at least ma-resolve lahat nila yung ma-resolve nila yung 9 out of 10. So yun na yung target, na-attain na nila yung target nila. The better kung na-attain nila, na-solve nila yung 10/10. So that will be 100% accomplishment, diba? And identifying initiatives. When we say initiatives, these are uh, courses of action that are not yet part of a plan, but it addresses problem or challenges din. Yan, yung mga initiative. Yung parang kahit na hindi kayo utusan ng national headquarters, kaya kung in your part, being a student, yung kahit na hindi kayo utusan ng inyong instructor, ng dean, alam niyo na kung ano dapat yung gawin, di ba? So, we call it initiatives. So, G from the letter PGS, governance, yan, G from the letter G, is about strategy which introduces radical change. So, governance. Okay? So, we can apply governance from describing our current state. Okay? Yan, so i-describe natin yung mga current state natin. Tapos yung gusto nating maging, di ba? So yun. Ngayon, governance ang ilalagay natin sa gitna para maabot natin yung gusto nating maging. Yan. So anong intervention para maabot natin yung gusto nating maging? So maglalagay tayo ng intervention doon. So that's how we govern, okay? Ourselves. So personalities, kung anong klase ng tao tayo, kung individual na tao, at least gusto natin maging institution, maging isa, di ba? Yung mga short-term plans natin, yung mga emergency plans natin, yung mga immediate plans natin, ang gusto natin yung pangmatagalang plano, long term. Pagka noon, single issues lang ang nire-resolve natin, yung gusto natin pag dating ng panahon, interconnected na ang priorities. So, palawak na, lumalawak na yung ating nasasakupan. Sabi nga ni Spider-Man, di ba? Great powers comes with greater responsibility. So, parang ganyan din. Habang tumataas tayo, tumataas din ang ating responsibility. So, instead of tactics, ayan, dapat nakakabuna tayo ng strategies. Yan. So, sino ba mostly ang gumagawa ng tactics? Sila yung mga specialized unit or even the lowest units in the PNP, such as the compact, the municipal police station, and the police provincial offices. Sila yung mga gumagawa ng tactics. Sino ba yung mga gumagawa ng strategies? Ito naman yung mga regional headquarters, national headquarters. Yan. So, means to say, pataas din to, from low to high. So, how can we achieve a good governance? By observing these factors. So, accountable. Dapat mayroong accountable person in each function or role. Accountability. Next is transparency. So, dapat when it comes to logistics funds, dapat transparent. Nakikita natin kung saan napupunta yung mga resources natin. Human resources, manpower, logistical resources, equipment, facilities, mobile, ammunitions, di ba? Financial resources, money, dapat nakita natin kung saan pupunta yung mga pera, saan nai-spend, expenditures. Kung napupunta ba sa tama, o kaya baka napupunta sa bulsa ng iisa. o nangiilan. Yan. So, responsive. So, dapat kada action, merong sinusolusyonan. Responsive. Okay? Hindi yung nagsasayang lang ng galaw na ng galaw, wala naman palang napupuntahan, wala palang nire-resolvang issue. Wala palang kino-contribute na accomplishment. So, dapat responsive. Kung may nangailangan, dapat nakarespond agad tayo. Being responsive. Equitable and inclusion. So, yan. So, dapat equitable din tayo. Effective and efficient. So, how do we become an effective and efficient? So, first and foremost, we have to be capable, di ba? So, dapat meron tayong mga kapabilidad para maging effective tayo sa sa ating paggawa ng ating tungkulin. Now, what is the difference again between effectiveness and efficiency? When you say effective, you are able to achieve your goal. So, naging effective ka. Pero, kung gusto mong maging efficient, you have to achieve your goal with the minimal resources. So, mas matindi ang efficient. Na-achieve mo yung goal mo, pero mas kukunting energy, mas kukunting resources yung nagamit mo. So, that's the quality of being efficient. Okay? So, maging capable muna bago maging effective, bago maging efficient. Effective, capable, effective, and efficient. Tapos, bago maging credible. So, follows the rule of law. So, dapat sinusunod natin yung batas. Pagka gagawa tayo ng plano, every time nagagawa tayo ng plano, we should make sure that our plan does not violate any law. Diba? Why? Because we are law enforcers. Law enforcers tayo. Tapos, isang part ng plano natin paggawa ng illegal. Hindi naging criminal na tayo. Diba? Hindi na pwede. Participatory, when we say participatory, all of the concerned agencies, all of the concerned persons must be coordinated and they shall likewise cooperate. So, yan ang participatory. And consensus-oriented. When we say consensus-oriented, specifically since we were aligned, we are a democratic country. Ang sabi ng democratic country, the people decide. So, kung ano yung desisyon ng majority, yun yung desisyon ng uh, lahat. Yun ang desisyon natin. Hindi pwedeng desisyon ng isa, masusunod. So, hindi pwede yun. Hindi yun, walang consensus doon, di ba? Now, how do we define majority? Sometimes, 50% plus 1, yun yung majority. But sometimes, depende sa policy, just like in your UN and the United Nations and the Interpol, ICPO, two-thirds ang majority nila doon. Even the amendment of the Philippine Constitution, pag i-amend yung Philippine Constitution natin, at least may two-thirds of majority dapat yon. So, that's governance. Now, system. System refers to the operational discipline of connecting strategy with execution. Kumbaga, may plano tayo, useless yung ganda ng plano natin, di ba? Kung wala namang action. Yun yung ibig niya sabihin. We have, of course, we have the strategy. Now, our strategy is useless if we were not able to execute it. Okay? Thereby, we have to align our execution to the strategy. We shall align our action in our plan. Yan. So, with the plan. So, whenever we create an organization is created if groups of persons have one and the same vision, di ba? Or they have a common goal. Kung mayroong mga common goal ang tao, pwede silang makapagpatayo ng isang organisasyon, parang ganyan. And ang unang gagawin ng organization na yan is their vision. So what's the PNP vision? Imploring the aid of the Almighty by 2030, we shall be a highly capable, effective, and credible police service working in partnership with a responsive community towards the attainment of a safer place to live, work, and do business. Yan. So, kasabay ng pagbuo ng organization, yung pagbuo ng vision. And now, after the vision, gagawa yung organization ng kanyang mission. Yan. So, sino ang gumagawa ng mission? Mostly the national headquarters. Yung central office. Mostly yung mga yan, di ba? Now, kung mayroong mga branch out yung national headquarters, i-distribute yung mission, tapos doon naman sa mga lower offices, gagawa sila ng kanya-kanilang objective or goal in relation to the mission. So, ganun yung nangyayari. Okay? So, vision or mission refers to the influence of core values. Okay? Strategy map and governance scorecard. We will also be using the strategy map. So, ano ba yung mga strategy map? So, andyan lahat yung mga gagawin natin. Kasama na rin dyan yung roadmap natin. Tapos, governance scorecard refers to the, yan, yung parang scorecard, di ba? Kung kayong mga estudyante, ilalagay nyo, per day dapat, in every quiz, dapat makakuha ko ng 50% or 75%. So, yan yung parang scorecard nyo. Headquarters, operating units, and stakeholders. Okay? So, dapat meron tayong headquarters, yung mga tao sa national headquarters, tapos meron tayong taga-operating units, yung nasa field units, and meron din tayong support from stakeholders. So, yung support natin from stakeholders, yung stakeholders natin, dalawa to. Meron tayong yung sinasabing internal stakeholders. So, they are a member of the PNP. And we also have the external stakeholders. So, sino naman yung external stakeholders? Ito yung community. Sabi nga ni Robert Peel, the police is the community, and the community is the police. So, we should work hand in hand. So, crime prevention, crime solution is not the sole responsibility of the police, di ba? It is a joint responsibility or a shared responsibility between the community and the police. Thus, the community, the external stakeholders, and the PNP should work hand in hand. Alignment of strategic initiatives, measures, and targets. So, alignment, dapat yung from our vision, naka-align dapat yung mission natin. And from our mission, naka-align dapat yung mga objectives, yung goals ng ating mga lower offices. Diba? Tapos from that, dapat naka-align din yung mga individual scorecard ng per personnel. Diba? So, dapat naka-align. Yan ang ibig niya sabihin. Dapat align. So, means to say, kung meron kayong activity na hindi naka-align sa objective ng opisina nyo, eh, malamang nawawala na kayo, naliligaw na kayo. Diba? So, you should make sure that in your scorecard, you should be contributing to the organization's objectives. Yan. Anong objective ng LSPU? To produce top-notchers. Pwede yun, di ba? E, paano kayo makakatulong doon? What's your individual contribution to that objective of the CCGE, LSPU? You should also do your part as a student. So, magsunog din kayo ng kilay kung kailangan. Kung gusto nyo rin talaga. Maraming advantage, by the way, ang nagiging top-notch. First is priority talaga yung mga naging top-notch sa employment. Kahit na hindi yan mag-hire, yung institution mismo ang maghahanap sa kanila. Pag-offer ng employment. Aside from the possible rewards, di ba? Kung nabalitaan nyo si Ami sa review center, nagbibigay ng mga rewards sa kanyang mga reviewees na nagta-top-notch. Part of a marketing strategy. Pwede rin yun. Yan. So, governance system, ladies and gentlemen, includes cost. So, magkano ang kakailangan natin dyan? Resources, yan. So, it also involves changes. So, ano ba yung mga challenges natin na kailangan nating baguhin or kailangan nating ma-overcome? It also includes alignment. So, dapat aligned yung ating mga strategy sa ating execution. Aligned yung ating vision, mission, goal, objective, individual, scorecard. Tapos, service. So, dapat meron din tayong mga serbisyo na gagawin. Meron tayong mga aksyon. Tapos, compliance. So, meron tayong mga gawain in relation to our goal, objective, or mission. Gagampanan dapat natin yon. Hindi pwede bawal mag-fail. Dapat mission passed or mission complete. And aside from that, the compliance should not be just for the sake of compliance. Dapat meron din namang quality. Okay? So, alam niyo naman ang quality, di ba? Dapat matibay. Dapat nagtatagal. Yan. Sabi ng mga taga-plans, okay lang na isang pantalon ko, basta Levi's. Bakit? Matibay daw. Yan ang quality. So we have here the PGS benefits. It ensures alignment. So alignment of objectives. And so from the stakeholders, if we succeed, how will we look to our stakeholders? Internal processes to satisfy our customers, which processes must we excel. Learning and growth to execute our processes. How must our organization learn and improve? And resource and finance. So in order to succeed, what resources do we need? So yan ang alignment. It also facilitates ownership through cascading or information dissemination. Information, right? So in the national headquarters, they have their strategy. Tapos in the region, down to the regional headquarters, meron tayong goals or objectives. Tapos also, meron din tayong measures. So yan yung measures, yan yung kung paano natin bibilangin yung ating accomplishment. So yan yung measure. So from national headquarters, yan yung PNP, mayroon din siyang alignment to the major units papunta sa sub-units. Just like, for example, the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management sa national headquarters, di ba? So pagpunta ngayon dito sa regional counterpart niya, the pagpunta sa National Support Unit, pwedeng si CIDG, di ba? So, Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. So, yung mga yon. Tapos, pagpunta kay CIDG, National Support Unit, pwede rin pupunta sa CIDG or CIDU, yung regional headquarters nila. So, parang ganyan, di ba? From National Headquarters to the lowest unit. Tapos, from strategy to measures. Yan ang alignment. So, PGS promotes stakeholder engagement. So, it promotes engagement of stakeholders. So, nasabi ko kanina, mayroon tayong dalawang uri ng stakeholders, external and internal. So, sino ulit yung external? Sila yung multi-sectoral governance coalition, business, media, academia, youth, profession, civic, church, criminal justice system, and the military. So, mga external yan, not members of the PNP. So, sino naman yung mga internal? Uniformed, non-uniformed, personnel. So, yung external stakeholders, pwede natin isama ang community dyan. Of course, community talaga yan kasi mga external yan. Tapos, nanagdagan ng isa, the executive leadership. So, sino ba itong nasa executive leadership? The local chief executive, yan, mayor, si governor, and legislative council, congress. Tagagawa ng batas. O kaya, tagagawa ng city or municipal ordinance. So, the governance infrastructure. So, why do we have to measure matter? Bakit? Because if we cannot measure it, we cannot manage it. Diba? And if we cannot manage it, we can never improve it. So, yan. Tama naman yan. Hindi natin na-measure, hindi natin mamamanage. Kung sakaling bumagsak tayo this SEM, hindi natin alam na mabagsak tayo, hindi natin mamamanage. Hindi natin nakikita na bumabagsak na pala tayo, mababa na pala yung mga quiz natin, hindi natin makokontrol. Mababagsak talaga tayo ng tuluyan, di ba? Pero kung nakikita natin, nami-measure natin yung mga score natin, medyo bumababa, o at least pwede mo pang ma-manage. Babawi ako. Talaga magsusunod ako ng pila past days para makabawi. Kahit na pasang awa lang, kahit na 75 lang. Ang problema, lumabas 74.99. Sa board exam, hindi yun na-round off, Hindi yun na-round off sa board exam. Pero sa mga instructors, depende. Kung nakita nilang may effort naman talaga yung estudyante, baka pwede siguro dagdagan. 0.01 lang. So we have here, ladies and gentlemen, the PNP Patrol Plan 2030 Roadmap. So what's the vision of the PNP? Imploring the aid of the Almighty by 2030, we shall be a highly capable, effective, and credible. Okay? Highly capable. Bago una tayo maging capable, bago tayo maging effective, and if we are effective, saka tayo magiging credible. Police service working in partnership with our responsive community. Okay? So the community should be responsive to external stakeholders towards the attainment, towards the attainment of a safer place. So dapat ito yung end result. Dapat a safer place to live, a safer place to work, and a safer place to do business. So dapat wala ng businessman na hold up, na extort. So yan. Okay? Highly capable, effective, and credible police service. So, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in relation to the PGS, we have what we call strategy partners. Meron tayong mga tatlo na strategy partners. Okay? In the national headquarters, we have the secretariat. The secretariat or the secretary is called the CPSM. They are composed of PNP personnel who who take charge of coordinating PGS-related activities with the other strategy partners. So, sino ba yung strategy partners? Tatlo yan. The CPSM, being the Secretariat, the Regional Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. So, sila yung mga external representatives ng sector, per sector ng community. And we also have the Technical Working Group or the TWG. So, sila yung mga division heads ng PNP. Yung directors of the directorates. Sila yung mga staff. Okay? They are the expert in their fields. Whenever the Chief PNP needs an advice on matter pertaining to administration, syempre, masasagot yan ni Director of the DPRM. Ano ba yung DPRM? Director of the Directorate for Personnel Records Management. So, yan yung pinaka-admin. So, yun yung expertise niya di ba? So, yan yung technical working group. So, again, the three strategy partners in relation to the performance governance system are the CPSM. CPSM stands for the Center for Police Strategy Management. CPSM stands for Center for Police Strategy Management. Okay? So, yan yung nasa national headquarters. Tapos, meron din silang NAG-PTD, National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. So, ito naman yung mga stakeholder representatives. So, kung merong business sector, merong representative ang business sector na member dyan. Kung merong youth sector, merong representative din ang youth sector. Kung merong LGBTQ sector, academic sector, bar sector or lawyer sector, religious sector, women's sector, senior citizen sector, Muslim sector, and so on and so forth. Lahat ng grupo ng community dapat may representation magme-member sa NAG-PTD, sa National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. So, ano ba ang trabaho ng NAG-PTD? By the word advisory group, so sila yung mga nag-a-advise, nagbibigay ng mga kanilang observation from the community. Yan, okay? Bakit? Because the PNP sometimes may fail to assess how the community feels or what the community sees, di ba? So, they will be helped by the nag-PTD. Yan. So, yan ang trabaho ng maging ng nag-PTD. They will advise the other strategy partners, the CPSM and the TWG, on matters related to specific issues. Kung paano ba mababago, di ba? Kasi transformation program nga yung PGS, di ba? So, kung paano mababago ang PNP, paano ma-improve. Yan. So, yan ang gagawin ng nag-PTD. So, last but not the least is the technical working group. So, nasabi ko na sa inyo kanina, the TWG. So, they are composed of the heads of the directorates pag sa national headquarters. Okay? The heads of the directorate. Sila yung mga members ng technical working group. Now, if they have strategy partners in the national headquarters, same is true with the regional headquarters, the provincial headquarters, and the municipal police station. So, meron din yan hanggang sa municipal police station. Sa regional headquarters, ang tawag sa technical working group are regional technical working group. Ang tawag naman sa advisory group sa regional level are the Regional Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development or RADPTD. Tapos, ang counterpart naman ni Center for Police Strategy Management sa regional headquarters, ang tawag naman dyan is the Regional Police Strategy Management Unit. Yan. So, yun yung mga most importante na dapat nyo malaman. Part yun ng exam nyo. Okay? Now, in relation to those, we also have here the mandate, the legal mandate of the PGS or the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. By the way, baka malito kayo. The PGS is its broad name. Yan. When the PNP adopted the PGS, they named it the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. So yan. Okay? Bakit? PGS is originally used for business kasi it was originally used for business. Pero maganda yung konsepto niya, inadapt ng PNP. And they renamed it to PNP Patrol Plan 2030. Ang ina-apply dyan, the concept, still the concept of the PGS, the Performance Governance System. So what are the legal mandate of the PNP? Republic Act 6975 as amended by RA 8151 and further amended by RA 9708. So what are the missions of the PNP? To enforce the law, prevent and control crimes, maintain peace and order, and ensure public safety and internal security with the active support of the community. Yan. So how do we enforce the law? Simply, kung mayroong batas, implement lang natin, i-observe natin, dapat walang mag-violate. Okay? Kung may nag-violate, dapat huliin. Now, how do we enforce the law? We simply implement it, di ba? Prevent and control crimes. How do you prevent crimes? Through patrol operation, di ba? Kaya sinabing patrol is the backbone of the PNP organization or is the backbone of police operation. Why? Because without patrol, there is no crime prevention. So, dadami ang number ng krimen. However, there are still crimes that even patrollers were deployed, still crimes cannot be prevented. So at least the PNP should be able to solve those crimes. Okay? So dapat ma-solve nung mga police ng PNP members din yun. So in relation to crime solution, crime solve, crime solve is different from crime clearance. When we say crime clearance again, ladies and gentlemen, it refers to the identification of the suspect or the perpetrator. Ano bang kagandahan pag crime cleared ang isang kaso? We can move to the filing of the case folder. Yan. So we can move to the filing of the case folder. Pagka naman sinabing crime solved, it pertains to case wherein the perpetrators were arrested. So mas matindi si crime solved. the perpetrator were identified and were arrested. Compared to crime cleared, the perpetrator were identified but they were not yet arrested. Crime clearance versus crime solution. Efficiency. Pagka naman sinabing efficiency, it pertains to percentage. So when we say sinabing crime clearance efficiency, it pertains to the total number of crimes to which the suspects were identified over the total number of crimes, yan, times 100%. So kung anong lumabas, yun yung efficiency. So it will be percentage. Same is true with crime solution efficiency. Kung ilan ang krimen na na-arrest na yung mga perpetrators, so yun yung kanyang denominator. Yan. So the total number of crimes with arrested perpetrator divided by the total number of crimes times 100%. So kung anong lalabas doon, yun na yung ating crime solution efficiency. So prevent and control crimes. Maintain peace and order. So how do we maintain peace and order? Pareho rin through patrol. We can maintain peace and order. Ensure public safety. So how do we ensure public safety? Mostly patrol din. When we say public safety, we are not necessarily dealing with violation of the law. We are not dealing with crime. However, we may include here possible causes of accident. So if there exists possible cause of accident, we should warn the proper authority for its renovation, for its improvement to prevent accident. Yan, public safety kasama yan. Internal security refers to the uh, activity directed towards anti-insurgency. Yan. So, yung kalaban dyan, yung mga NPA, di ba? Who conducts internal security operation? In the national headquarters, we have the elite force, the special action force. In the regional headquarters, we have the RMFB, and in the provincial police provincial offices, we have the PMFC. Sino ba yung, ano ba yung PMFC? The Provincial Mobile Force Company. So, yan. We maintain internal security in the area with the active support of the community. So aligned with the vision, dapat may active support ng community. So our philosophy, service, honor, and justice. So there should be no abuses of law and authority. Meron dapat tayong honor, tapos we should serve. Why? Because we are public servants. So our core values, maka-Diyos, makabayan, makatao, and makakaikasan. Okay? So we have here the four perspectives of the PGS. So we start with the resource management. When we say resource management, ladies and gentlemen, it pertains to the optimization or use of financial and logistical resources. Actually, pwede rin natin isama dito ang manpower, okay? Human resources, even time, oras, resources din yan. So that pertains our resource management. Okay? So we know for a fact that we cannot operate kahit na ang ganda ng plano natin, kung wala tayong resources, we cannot implement it, di ba? Wala tayong resources to implement our objective. Okay? Yan. So next to our resource management is the learning and growth. So ano ba yung nasa learning and growth? So in this learning and growth, the PNP personnel will undergo the necessary training, mandatory schooling, or seminars, yan, to make them competent, yan, to develop a competent, motivated, values-oriented, and disciplined police personnel. So, kailangan natin ng seminar training, schoolings yan. Develop a responsive and highly professional police organization. So, yan yung mga learning and growth. When we say learning and growth, it pertains to training, seminars, capability enhancement. Yan. Next, the perspective of process excellence. So this is the stage where the PNP personnel will now will execute his learnings from the training or seminars he had underwent. So kung ano yung mga natutunan niya during the learning in growth, dapat in-implement niya. Okay? So it should improve crime prevention or crime solution, improve community safety awareness through community-oriented, human right-based policing. So pag PCR yan, mostly dito papasok sa community safety awareness. Pagka naman investigador yan, dito papasok, improve crime solution. Pagka naman patroller yan, mostly dito papasok, improve crime prevention. So that is the process excellence. It refers to the application of the training, of the learnings in the training or the seminar. Now, what comes next is the result of the execution of uh, the functions of the PNP. It will now lead to the community a safer place to live, work, and do business. So this will now be last, the fourth and last perspective of the PGS. So again, there are four perspectives of the PGS. The resource management, it pertains to the utilization of the resources, diba? So whatever resources that, pwede natin isama financial, logistical, pwede rin ang manpower and also time, because time is also a resource. Next, your second perspective is the learning and growth. It pertains to the training, seminar, capability enhancement. Next to learning and growth is process excellence. It pertains to the application of the learnings during the learning and growth. And last perspective is the community, the result of the application of the learning. Yan. So pag naka-imbestiga ng kaso ang investigador, syempre may na-resolve na kaso, ano yung naging resulta nito sa community? So dapat ang resulta niyan, naging mas safer ang community, di ba? That is the simple explanation of our roadmap. We have here the term customer analysis. So ano ba ang customer analysis? We say customer analysis, it refers to uh, customer satisfaction. So dapat ina-analyze natin yung ano kaya mga kailangan ng customer sa atin. So ano kaya po kailangan ng community sa atin? So para maging excellent tayo, ano kaya mga dapat natin gawin? Di ba? So yan ang customer analysis. So who are our customers and what are their needs and expectations? So we are the PNP. So we have, of course, the community. Okay, the community as our customer or clientele. So who are our primary customer? Who are the main beneficiaries of our services? Sino ba ang unang beneficiary ng ating services? The community. Other customers, who are the indirect beneficiaries of the service we provide? Sino ba yung mga other customers na natutulungan natin pag ginagampanan natin yung trabaho natin? Yan. So, malamang pwede rin ang pag nagampanan natin, tukulin natin, safe ang community, pwede rin na other customers yung mga businessmen, di ba? Yung mga foreign investors. Kasi, the more safe a place is, the more it attracts investors. Pero pagka isang bansa o isang lugar, magulo nga, eh pag magulo yan, walang mag-i-invest. So pag walang nag-invest, walang employment, di ba? Ang mga tao therein. Hindi lalagaw ang ekonomiya. So what should be our major deliverables? So ang major deliverables ng PNP is yan, crime prevention, crime solution. What are the major goods and services the PNP are mandated to provide to the community? So yan, crime prevention and crime solution, the two main objectives of the PNP. So what should be the outcome? Yan, customer value proposition or the CVP. So what benefits do we get from your services? Kumbaga, sasagutin natin yun. Ano ba yung mga benefit na matatanggap ng community sa ating mga serbisyo? So, magiging safe ba sila? Magiging safe ba ang community? Dadami ba ang investors? Lalago ba ang Pilipinas, economy ng Pilipinas? Why should we patronize your service? So, syempre, hindi naman pwede na tayo lang na PNP ang nagbebenta ng ating sariling service. Diba? Ano yun? Ang tawag doon ay pagbubuhat ng sariling bangko. So, dapat mas maganda yung ibang tao ang nagbebenta sa mga good deeds mo. Hindi yung ikaw ang namimilit na maganda yung servisyo mo, ikaw lang nakakaalam. Yung iba hindi nila alam na maganda pala servisyo mo. Di ba? What is most worthwhile to keep in mind about your service? So ano kaya yung pinakamagandang parang trademark mo, yung parang uh, yung hindi mawawala na quality mo, na quality ng service mo, di ba? Public safety pag sa PNP. Pagka naman sa Levi's na clothing, yung quality niya, di ba? Quality. Okay lang na gumasto na mas mahal basta matibay. Parang kumbaga ganyan. Quality. So, product or service attribute. So, ano ba ang mga product or service attribute ng ating servisyo? The benefit to customer. Ano ba yung mga benefit niya sa customer? Ano ba yung benefit ng ating service sa customer? And our image reputation. Siyempre, especially pagka parang mga politician, di ba? Ay, yan yung tumatakbong in relation to RBSK. Ayan, tumatakbong SK chairman. Pangungunahan daw niya ang mga kabataan. Eh, ni assignment niya nga. Hindi niya magawa-gawa. Pangungunahan niya pa ang kabataan. Diba? Parang ganun. Image reputation. Dapat maganda ang reputasyon mo. So, that's part of customer analysis. Part of customer analysis also is the inclusion of the internal and external, the primary and secondary stakeholders. What do they expect from us? Ano ba yung in-expect nila sa atin? What do they demand? What do they need? What do they want from us? And what are our deliverables or what are our products? So those are the keywords when we are talking about customer analysis. So how can we satisfy our customer? How can we serve them better? Yan. Ay, mas maganda yung performance mo ngayon kaysa nung ano. Kaya mas maganda, ikaw yung may pinakamagandang servisyo. Sa lahat na nag-o-offer ng ganyang service, ikaw yung pinakamagandang servisyo. So, syempre, sa'yo sila pupunta, di ba? Nakuha mo na silang client. Satisfying customer, delighting customer. So, from satisfying customer, of course, we should aim to improve, di ba? So, anong susunod sa after we have satisfied the customers? At least, we should be able now to delight the customers. So, mas mataas na, hindi lang sila satisfied, delighted pa sila. Quality, doing ordinary work extraordinarily. And quantity, yung dami. And the delivery, on time. So, dapat on time. Kasi pagka ikaw na-deliver mo yung product, pero tapos na yung activity, useless na, di ba? Wala nang kwenta yan. Just like in your intelligence, di ba? The most important factor in intelligence is its timeliness. Dapat mabato mo yung information on time. Hindi dapat yung completeness, hindi yung relevancy niya, hindi yung pertinence niya. Useless yung mga pertinency, relevancy, at completeness kung yung information ay nasubmit mo ng bato, ay nalit mong nasubmit sa nangangailangang unit. Diba ang nangyari we need information, we need an intel right now. Right now, tapos hindi ka nakapag-respond ka agad. Late kang nagbigay ng kompleto, ng related, ng pertinent na intelligence. Patay na sila. O, anhin mo naman ang damo, yung patay ng kabayo. So, how can we develop mutual trust and build up confidence? So, how can we build up confidence? So, we have discussed this a while back. Wait lang. The SWOT analysis. When we say SWOT analysis, we have here the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunity, and the threat analysis. So we have to identify our strengths and weaknesses. Our strengths and weaknesses are uh, we can identify it in ourselves. Bakit? Because it involves internal. Alam natin yan. Bakit? Kasi tayo yung concern dyan eh. Sarili mismo natin o kaya yung organization natin o kaya yung institution natin. Yung institution natin, ano ba ang strength niya? O kaya pagka sa individual nyo naman, ano ba yung strength nyo? Saan ba kayo magaling? Saan ba kayo talented? Saan ba kayo gifted? Saan ba kayo skilled? So, yun yung mga strength nyo. Tapos, kabaliktad ng strength nyo, ano ba yung mga weaknesses nyo? Okay? So, yan yung mga ma-identify nyo within yourself. We also have the factors outside of ourselves. These are the uncontrollable. Hindi natin kayang kontrolin. Unlike your internal, pwede natin kontrolin. Pagka kunwari, ang weakness natin ay, hindi kasi ako magaling sa criminology. Pero gusto mong pangarap mo talaga maging pulis, at least pwede ka pa mag-adjust, di ba? So, mag-aral ka maigi hanggang sa maging strength mo na yun. Parang ganon. Yan yung mga internal factors, kaya natin kontrolin. Unlike our external factors, these are the factors that we cannot control. It's out of our control, such as the opportunities and threat. So sometimes, once in a blue moon, dumating ang mga opportunities, di ba? Once in a blue moon na nga dumating, hindi mo pa nag-grab yung opportunity. Talagang wala. Tapos, same is true with threat. We cannot control threat. It just happened outside. So, opportunities and strength, we answer this question. How do you leverage your strengths to benefit from the opportunities? Okay? So, first, we have to identify opportunities. Ano ba yung mga possible opportunity ngayon? Ano ba ang meron? Ano ba ang mabili ngayon? Diba? Ano ba yung mabenta? Ano ba yung hinahanap ng customer? Tapos, meron ka bang skill ng mga hinahanap ng customer ngayon? Mahilig, maraming order ng ganitong pagkain. Marunong ka bang magluto? So, kung marunong ka, i-strength mo yun, maganda. Diba? So, blue plus blue, pwede kang kumita doon. Ngayon, ang problema, pag mayroong opportunity, pero kahinaan mo, how do you ensure your weakness will not stop you from the opportunity? Yan. So, at least you should aim to improve yourself. Okay? So, you should aim to improve yourself so for your weakness to not hinder you from the opportunity. Kasi sayang andyan na yung opportunity. Pero dahil kahinaan mo naman yung hiningi ng opportunity, at least, kailangan baguhin mo, di ba? Kailangan mo magbago. So, at least, nakokontrol mo naman yan. So, kailangan mo magbago. So, ano yung weaknesses mo? Gusto mong i-grab yung opportunity, you should adjust accordingly. Yan. Para hindi maging bar yung weakness mo to stop you from the opportunities. Sayang yung opportunity. Next is the threats and strengths. So how do you use your strengths? How do you use your strengths to minimize the impact of threat? And so we have to identify the threat. Ano kayong possible na threats ngayon? Ano kayong mga possible na threat? So ito bang mga threat na to pwede pwede niya kaya influensyan yung strength ko? Yan. So kung pwede maka-influensya sa'yo yung threat, edi ano kaya ang gagawin mo, di ba? Next question is, ano kaya ang gagawin mo para makaiwas sa mga threat? O kaya para ma-overcome ko yung mga threat, para continuous yung paggamit ko sa aking strength, di ba? So yan. So yun yung mga tatanungin mo. Now, the alignment of your weaknesses and threats, this will be your question to solve. How will you fix weaknesses that can make threats have a real impact? Paano mo maaayos yung mga weaknesses mo para kaya mong malutas yung mga threat o kaya kaya mong iwasan yung mga threat o kaya kaya mong ma-minimize yung mga impact ng threat na itong mga to. Diba? So those are the questions that you have to ask yourself in relation to the SWOT analysis. The strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats. So, by the way, in relation to the PNP Patrol Plan 2030, ladies and gentlemen, all of the accomplishment of the agencies to include the accomplishment of the AFP, the PNP, the local government unit, the DOLE, all government agencies, if we put them all up together, it will contribute, it should contribute to the ambition natin 2040, a long-term vision for the Philippines. So ang gusto dapat ng ambisyon natin 2040 and the NEDA strategic plan is dapat matulad tayo sa Singapore. Diba? So, ganun naka-improve ang Singapore. So the vision for the country, the Philippines shall be a country where all citizens enjoy equal opportunities, equitable prosperity, enabled by fair and just society that is governed with order and unity. A nation where families live together, thriving and vibrant, culturally diverse and resilient community. So yan dapat magko-contribute yung PNP, yung BFP, yung DOLE, yung Department of Health, Department of Education, Commission on Higher Education, national government agencies, PDEA, lahat ng government agencies magko-contribute diyan sa pag-attain natin itong vision, Philippine vision. That's the ambition natin 2040. Uh, aside from, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, aside from the customer analysis and SWOT analysis, medyo natalunan to. We also have what we call environmental scan. It pertains, so the basis for planning and determining what the Philippine National Police would be by 2030. So when we say environmental scanning, it involves the environment. Okay, so you have to scan the environment. Ano bang environmental scanning? What can we see today? Ano ba yung mga nakikita natin ngayon, di ba? So, ano ba yung mga information na kailangan natin? And we have to think, strategic thinking, what might happen in the future. So, yan ang environmental scanning. Ano yung nakikita natin ngayon? May bang opportunity? So, pwede ring combination of SWOT yan, di ba? Meron bang na nagbabadyang problema? Paano natin masusolusyonan? Ano kayong mga possible na mangyari in the future? Tapos, we generate options. Ano kayong mga pwede nating gawin? Di ba? Ano kayong pwede nating gawin in relation to the challenges? O kaya, ano kayong pwede nating gawin para ma-attain natin yung ating objectives, goals, or missions? And next is the strategic decision making. Where will we go in the future? Saan tayo pupunta in the future? So, we have to make decisions. We have to make uh, we have to select our plans from our alternatives. Tapos, strategic planning. What will we do today? Okay. So, after we have planned, of course, ladies and gentlemen, after we have planned, we have to put that into action. And that's how your environmental scanning works. So, we start with gathering of information from the environment. So, iscan natin yung mga lahat ng information na nakita natin sa ating surroundings. That's an environmental scanning. We have here the NEDA, National Economic Development Authority. 6 to 7 annual growth from 2016 to 2030. The Philippine GDP to quadruple to US 1.2 trillion in GDP by 2030. So yun yung ating outlook. Yan yung parang mission natin. Sana. So, environmental scanning, ladies and gentlemen, includes the observation of the Philippine economic outlook by 2030. So, ano kayong mga pwedeng mangyari? Will become one of the largest markets in the future. Middle class to rapidly expand. So, yan, di ba? So, tingnan natin. Tapos, population growth. Ano kayong mangyayari sa population? Dadami kaya? O babagsak? Mga ilan ang aabutin? Mga ilan naman ang aabutin ng population sa urban areas, di ba? That's part of the environmental scanning. Tapos climate change, we also include climate change. Ano kayo maging effect ng climate change? Diba? The Philippines will be very vulnerable to natural disaster due to global warming. Increase the severity and frequency of typhoon. So yan yung mga pwedeng mangyari sa Pilipinas in terms of environmental scanning. The Philippines will be very vulnerable to the effects of El Nino, yung kawalan ng tubig, increase in the severity of drought. Information and communication technology, proliferation of cybercrimes. So, dadami daw ang cybercrimes. So, yan ang isang pwede mangyari. Actually, nakikita na natin siya ngayon eh. Marami na nagsidagsaan na yung mga cybercriminals natin. Marami nang nagtitext. Sa akin nga, in a day, maraming nagtitext. Puro naman scam, di ko naman kilalang number. Diba? Nanalo ka daw. Tapos, a link was forwarded to you. Pag click mo yung link na yun, pwedeng makuha niya yung mga vital informations mo. Map niya kung may online account ka. Social account. Tapos gagamitin yung mga data makukuha niya to hack your bank account. So, yun ang worst. Expansion of global terrorism. Ayan. So, dumadami na nga rin yung terrorist natin. The ISIS even used cyber technology to recruit youth, di ba? Gumamit pa sila ng cyber technology para makapag-recruit ng youth globally. Ginamit ng ISIS yan. Financial and transnational crimes. So, tama to. Marami na rin transnational crime. So, saan mismo gumagamit ng uh, ng technology ang mga financial transnational crimes? Diba? Nagba-money laundering sila. Bank transfer, online bank transfer. Yung mga illegal na pera, ay yung mga pera na nakita ng mga sindikato sa illegal means, minamani laundering nila. So, nilalabhan yung pera. How do they do that? They convert it into cryptocurrencies, o kaya they also convert it, or they also online transfer it. Wag lang mag-exceed sa 500,000 if in the Philippines. Bakit? It will be investigated by the AMLAC. Yung mga galing talaga yung mga criminal ngayon. Yung ginagawa nila, sinesend nila, tingi-tingi per member of their organization. So, we have here the term strategy execution. What is strategy execution, by the way? So, it refers to the execution of our strategy. Kumbaga, we put here into action what we have planned for. From our current state, we have to do marketing strategy for us to attain the desired state. So, yan yung strategy execution. It involves, ladies and gentlemen, the alignment of our vision, mission, goals, and objectives up to the individual scorecard of all participants or members. So, we have here the bottom-up execution na sinasabi. Bottom-up. So, mayroon tayong strategic plan down to the operational plan, down to the tactical plan. Diba? And likewise, the accomplishment of our tactical units, the specialized units, the SWAT, the lowest units, the compact precinct, the municipal police station, and the police provincial offices, yan, MPS, CPS. should contribute and should be aligned with the dashboard, operational dashboard of the police provincial offices or the city police offices. Yan. This here on the left are the headquarters and this on the right are the national support unit. Okay? Yung national support unit kasi meron din siyang regional counterpart sa regional office. Regional support unit office ang tawag doon. Pagpunta sa provincial, meron din sila mga counterpart. Provincial support offices din ang tawag doon. So, all of those are national support units. The NSU, by the way, is just to recall, divided into two. We have the National Administrative Support Unit and the National Operational Support Units. Yan na. So, again, the individual personnel should contribute to the objectives or mission of the municipal police station or the city police station. So, yan. Yan yung ating tactical dashboard. And likewise, our MPS or CPS should contribute or their scorecard should be aligned with the operational dashboard of the police provincial office or the city police office. And likewise, this dashboard, this police provincial operational dashboard, should also be aligned and contribute to the regional scorecard. And likewise, our regional scorecard should be aligned, okay? Should be aligned and contributing to the national scorecard. So the national scorecard is being maintained by the national headquarters. We call it now the strategy. And so strategy yan. The national headquarters and the regional level. Strategy yan. Operational plan, yan yung sa police provincial office. And tactical plans, tactical intelligence also, kung minsan, yan yung nasa MPS or CPS level. Okay? So that's what we call bottom-up execution. Mayroong alignment from the individual personnel down to the scorecard of the up to the scorecard of the chief PNP. Okay. So strategy execution is putting the strategy to practice, putting the plan into action. It is a specific set of behaviors and techniques that companies need to master in order to have competitive advantage. So dapat competitive. Maging competitive tayo at meron tayong maging competitive advantage. Strategy execution is a discipline of its own. So just to give you a background, 9 out of 10 fail to execute the strategy. So ito yung sinasabi natin na sayang ang ganda ng strategy natin, ang plano natin, if we fail in its execution. So what are the causes why we fail in the execution? So vision barrier. Only 5 of the workplace understand the strategy. Kunti lang nakaintindi ng strategy. Tapos resource barrier, 60% of organization do not link budget to strategy. Do not link the resources to the strategy. Dapat meron din kasi may alignment din yung mga resources, di ba? Sabi nga natin, resource management is the first perspective. Dapat align yan. Next is people barrier. Only 25% of managers have the incentives tied to strategy. And 85% of executive teams spend 1 hour monthly discussing strategy. That's the management barrier. So, dapat yan 100% management. So, our strategy execution partners again in the national headquarters is the CPSM, the Secretariat, the TWD, the TWG, the expert in their field, PNP members ng mga to. PNP members din yung CPSM, Secretariat, and the Advisory Council. Okay? The sector representative, external stakeholders yung mga yan. So in the national headquarters, we call the secretariat the Center for Police Strategy Management. In the National Support Unit or Police Regional Office, we call it RPSMU, Regional Police Strategy Management Unit. Sa Provincial Office, we call it the PSMU, Provincial Strategy Management Unit. Sa Battalion, RMFB, we call it the BSMU, Battalion Strategy Management Unit. In the City Police Office, we call it the City Police Strategy Management Unit. For the municipal police stations, we call it the Municipal Police Station Management Team or SMT, Strategy Management Team. And for number police station, we call it Station Police Strategy Management Team or SPSMT. So partnership for real change, transformation, and good governance. We have here a verse from Proverbs 11 verse 14. Sabi niya, where no counsel is, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Actually, this is the motto of the number one intelligence unit worldwide. Sino yon? It's the Mossad. Kaninong bansa yung Mossad? It's the intelligence agency of the country Israel. Its counterpart here in the Philippines is the NICA. Ano yung NICA? The National Intelligence Coordinating Agency. Yan yung NICA. Its counterpart in the United States is the CIA. Diba? Center for Police Strategy Management. Its counterpart in Russia is the KGB. In English, ang KGB means Committee for State Security. Yan. Sabi, kung walang counsel, kung walang advisor, kung walang nag-guide sa atin, tayo na people, we will fall. But in the multitude of counselors, pag marami tayong counselors, marami tayong advisors, marami tayong guidance, we are safe. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like also to inform you about the stages of the PGS Patrolman 2030. We have 4 stages of the PNP Patrolman 2030. We have the initiation stage. In the initiation stage, it involves the formulation of the technical working group, the formulation of the National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development, or the Multi-Sectoral Governance Council, yan yung naunang pangalan niya, and the formulation of the strategy map and the governance scorecard. So, yung governance scorecard ng national headquarters, yan yung mga nasa initiation. After the initiation phase, it will now go to the next phase, the compliance phase. So, it pertains again to the formulation of the NAGPTD, National Advisory Group for Police Transformation Development, the cascading of the vision and strategies of the PNP down to the lowest unit, from the national headquarters to the regional headquarters to the provincial headquarters to the municipal police offices to the individual personnel, and the alignment of budget and human resources to the vision and strategies. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, comes proficiency. So in the proficiency, the PNP already dealt with functionality of strategic partners. When we say functionality of strategic partners, our 3 strategic partners should be functioning, should be doing their functions. So what again are our 3 strategy partners? The CPSM, the NAGPTD, and the TWG. In the regional headquarters, we call it the RPSMU, the RTWG, and the RAGPTD. Diba? So, ano yung RPSMU? Regional Police Strategy Management Unit. Ano yung RAGPTD? Regional Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development. Ano yung RTWG? The Regional Technical Working Group. So, it also includes analysis and examination of strategy execution. So, titingnan natin yung alignment ng ating strategy execution sa ating strategy kung naka-align ba. Diba? Next is the stakeholder communication. So, ano yung mga communication dissemination natin sa community. Are the community aware of our program? Alam ba nila? Kasi kung hindi nila alam, malamang hindi tayo susuportahan. Walang stakeholder support. Pero kung alam nila yung ating strategy, meron malamang silang support. In case, pagka nagkulang ng finance, nagkulang ng resources ang PNP, some of the resources may be coming from the community. And link to system and processes. So, the linkages of our sources, okay, to our strategy. So, dapat may link yung mga yan. And the best practices and breakthroughs. So, dapat meron tayong mga best practices. Tapos, merong breakthrough result. When you say breakthrough result, huwag lang target natin, for example, on arrest of wanted person for the year of for 2019, for 2023, kung target kunwari natin ay to arrest 100 wanted person, naka-accomplish tayo ng 100, means to say, we were able to attain our target. Pero if we were able to attain arrest of 150, nag-exceed pa sa target, breakthrough result na yun. Nag-exceed pa tayo sa ating target. Yun ang breakthrough. Ano ulit yung best practice? It solves challenges in the PNP. Diba? So, kung meron tayong solusyon na nagawa na out of the box, tapos it addresses challenges in the PNP, tapos it is sustainable, pwedeng best practice yan. And we know best practices can be shared among similar localities. Yan. So, pwedeng i-adapt ng national headquarters ang best practice ng region kung applicable sa kanila. So, we have here the last and fourth phase of the PGS, the institutionalization. In here, we should have the presence of mechanisms and tools for data tracking and reporting of strategic performance. So, dapat nami-maintain natin yung ating pag-monitor sa scorecard. The conduct of impact evaluation to determine breakthrough result. So, dapat meron ng impact yung ginagawa ng PNP sa community na pagka nag-interview ang auditor sa community ay positive lahat yung mga impact ng ginagawa ng PNP, diba? So, yan ang impact validation, ang tawag dyan. Culture of institutionalization. So, dapat self-aware lahat ng personnel. Dapat motivated lahat ng personnel. Dapat self-regulated. Hindi na kailangan utusan. May empathy. And merong social skill. Dapat. Excuse me. Ang PNP personnel dapat may social skill. Sabi nga nila, all PNP personnel should be PCR man. So, dapat PCR man. Police Community Relations man. So, may social skills. Marunong makisalamuha sa community. Individual performance leading to breakthrough results. So, dapat may mga individual performance din tayo that contributes to breakthrough result. Ano ulit yung breakthrough result? We exceeded our target. Tapos, striking partnership based on common causes and shared responsibility. Yan. So, meron tayong partnership with the community or which agency or locality is concerned. So, dapat meron tayong partnership. So, that's the institutionalization. Now, what phase is the PNP now in relation to the PGS? Our national headquarters attained the institutionalized status. Same is true with Police Regional Office Cordillera. We are already institutionalized. However, some of our police provincial offices and municipal police stations are not yet. They are still undergoing the institutionalization evaluation process. So, ano yung institutionalization evaluation process? It is more on the auditing. Yan. So, ino-audit yung ating other police provincial offices and other municipal police station. If they pass, then they will be given or they will be conferred the institutionalized status. Pero kung hindi pa, they have to improve. Yan. So, yan yung ang tawag natin sa ating uh, RAG-PTD before is Advisory Council. Yan. But before Advisory Council, yan yung tinawag na MSCJ. Ano yung MSCJ? Multi-Sectoral Group, MSG. Yan. They serve as sectoral leaders. Yan. So the advisory group, the regional advisory group, is a strategy partner of the PNP and they play an important role in the successful implementation of the PNP Patrol Plan 2030. It is comprised of sectoral leaders or representatives. So kung meron tayong transport group, merong representative na ipapadala yung sector group. Pagka merong organization ng senior, merong representative ang senior. Yan. Experts and highly accomplished individuals chosen for their integrity, probity, and leadership. It provides guidance, yan, the Regional Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development in the regional headquarters, National Advisory Group for Police Transformation and Development in the national headquarters, provides guidance, strategic insights, innovative ideas, and new perspectives, and serves an important watchdog or oversight role, helping in ensuring transparency and accountability in the police service. So that's the function of our NAG-PTD. We serve as guidance. Kaya nga during operations review, during strategy review, during audits of the four phases of the PGS, the, the advisory council or the advisory group serves as member of the panel aside from the technical working groups. Yan. Why do they serve as panel? Because they are the expert on those matters. They know better. Thus, they guide. They give their advices, their comments, and recommendations for improvement, of course. So, way forward, that's how, that's imagining what we will do next after we have attained a certain phase or stage or status. So, we cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. That's according to Max Decree. So, tama naman yan. Hindi natin ma-attain yung gusto nating maging if we remain, yan, kung pinagpatuloy natin ginagawa, yung dati na nating ginagawa. If we remain to be ourselves. Pero kung tayo ay nag-improve, unti-unting nag-improve, of course, syempre, may contribution yan sa unti-unti rin nating pag-akat, di ba? So, pag-attain sa ating ambition. So, ladies and gentlemen, that ends my presentation and thank you very much. Wish you well and good luck to your examination.